in the Iron Asylum with Mike Quinn, the mighty Mike Quinn, and David Riley here at Busybody Fitness in Boca Raton, Florida. And we're now showing the guys in the gym doing a back workout. This is some off-season back training. And let's start with Mike. Mike, first of all, how did you and David hook up?
I met David here in January, and actually David knew me when I was, when he was a kid growing up. That's when I was big in the field, and he trains like I used to train, like poundage-wise and intensity. It's identical to when I was younger. So we hooked up, and he's been killing me ever since.
So we're gonna see that. Let's talk about that for a second, David. What he said. Some people are gonna watch the training video and they're gonna be like, "Wow, this is different than what I do." Could you explain the philosophy of what you guys are doing here today?
Well, my philosophy in training is basically I believe in the basic compound movements. And, for example, the back workout that we just went through that you guys are going to see is, again, basic movements. I like to start by warming the lats up with some kind of a high pull to fill the lats up, get a lot of blood and lactic acid in the muscle. And then, honestly, it's 3 basic hardcore row movements. And it's my philosophy is just volume. We start light and we pyramid up and do a couple drop sets. It's really no secret. It's just finding that right intensity and getting to that mental frame of mind where it's, you go in there and you just get after it and hit it hard and worry about that mind-muscle connection and contract the muscle. And, honestly, that's what our bodybuilding is all about, is contracting the muscle and getting a lot of blood flow in there and really hitting it hard and showing intensity.
Now you guys do a lot of what they're going to be watching right now is some warm-ups, like you said, the pull-downs. And you guys are big into warm-ups. It's not like you go in there and kill it right away. You do a lot of warm-ups to get the blood in there.
Exactly. Before you can start with really heavy weight, I believe you have to learn how to elongate and contract the muscle, so that's why we do a lot of pre-exhaust movements, to get a lot of lactic acid and blood in there. And, again, it's also, we want to preserve our bodies as well, so we don't want to jump into ridiculous weights, and, get injured and whatnot, so we can't train and get better. So, again, it's warming the joints, warming the tendons up, and getting that mind-muscle connection going on. And then after that, when we feel good, and then a lot of it is listening to your body, because there's certain days, obviously, we're going to be a little bit stronger than others, and, you got to listen to your body. That's why training with a bike, we kind of got the same mental attitude when it comes to training. We get in there and get after it. So, I guess we work hand in hand good together as far as training partners.
So let's talk about, Mike, when you guys force reps. So one of the things people are going to see after you guys warm up is that you guys are, and you specifically, are a big believer in forcing reps and going way past failure. What do you believe? What makes that work for you?
You know what? I've been doing this my whole life like that, and it just started with my father when I was a kid. He was very simple philosophy. I got very, very young. You want to be the best, you train harder than the rest. And I've always, even at my age now, I still believe in, going as hard as I can go. I mean, I had fusion surgery in 2011. I have a metal bar in my back, 3 screws, 10 pins, and I'm strong again. I can train hard. I mean, I can't train like I used to because I want to be around for a couple years, so I've had to back off with the poundages. I don't need to be stronger anymore. My days of being amazingly strong are over. I'm just happy to be able to train hard, high-intensity workouts again. I mean, honestly, I don't see it anymore. I just really don't see it anywhere anymore. We're at a gym where everybody stops and just looks at us like we're Martians, It's like, what are they doing? But we're in the zone.
When you guys, and that is, you make a good point. When people out there are watching this video, they're going to see that you guys really train balls to the wall. And I'm in here every day, so I see you guys doing this, killing it every day. So this is a normal workout. Why do you think guys these days, pros and amateurs, don't train like that anymore?
I'm going to be totally honest with you, and I've watched it happen over the last 20 years. It's all become about the drugs, plain and simple. It's all become about the drugs. It's not about training anymore. Listen, bodybuilding was pretty much over in the mid-90s. I mean, all my friends then, everything training was all about was training first, nutrition was second, and, the drugs were third. That has changed so much over 20 years. Now it's the drugs first. They don't even have to diet because they're taking so much drugs. They got to eat a shitload of calories or they're not going to grow.
Do you think that's because of the internet? Because now back in the day, you'd have to know people like you to get any kind of information, and now a kid can get the information.
Well, back in the day, I was like pretty much ostracized because I was so willing to tell people I took drugs. I mean, they were looking. In my day, they were saying. I mean, Lee Haney was saying, and I love him. He's my friend, but he could not say in an interview that he took steroids. He had to deny it, right. And I never did. So I don't think there was enough guys talking about it in my era. And you're right, with the internet now, and you know what's happened? It's basic science. I mean, we're coming to find out that, full contact guys at a high professional level are doing something for recovery. Doesn't make them fucking steroid freaks or whatever they want to say it. But you know what? You listen to NFL guys, after they play a game on Sunday, they can't even get out of bed on Monday. So if these full contact fighters, I mean, they need to be on something for recovery. But you know what? This is the problem. The biggest problem I see is you got young kids, like kids in high school, shouldn't take anything, but they are looking at all the controversy, especially with Lance Armstrong, and these kids actually have it in their mind that they're going to have to take drugs to be anything. They don't even learn how to train right and eat right, and those are the two fundamentals that you should be right out of the gate with. Do you see anybody doing that anymore? No. You're right, it's the internet and all the bad, wrong stuff, information on the internet. People that are so-called gurus that have no background in biochemistry are actually telling people, what to do chemically. And you see these people that are talking about this, and I see these guys that train other people, they don't even have physiques. They have no practical experience. I don't respect somebody that doesn't have a body, hasn't been on stage.
Training, cardio, athlete, one of my wrestling coaches that was he's over 50 years old and he's still kicking ass, so I mean, he's got my respect, and and as far as myself, I definitely had ups and downs in this sport, get injured here and there, but I mean, I know if I time it right with myself, I can be a top contender as well. So, that's what I'm trying to achieve myself as well. So,
Mike, when will we see you back on stage, or what's the plan with getting back on stage?
The plan is not to get injured again. I tore my right quad in October. I just re-injured it 5 weeks ago. So it's going to be August 10th for sure, Tampa Pro. I'm backing off just a little bit, keeping high intensity, but I got to stop trying to keep up with him.
Yeah.
You can't help it, man. He starts throwing the big weights on, and I'm like, oh sure, I can do this. But you know what? I can't no more. I just need to be in shape. I'd like to get a couple years of being in condition. I mean, I don't know if they're ever going to do the Masters again, but you know what? To be honest with you, I don't care about competing. I'm getting in shape for my... No, I'm just, I'm telling you, I'm just so happy to be actually training, and get my life back. And he whoops my ass, he just, I mean, I nearly get sick every time we train, legs and back.
Competitive plans are, you have some shows planned for this year, right? Trying to get that pro card.
Right. Right now, the next show to get the pro card is going to be the Masters Nationals. As of this, that's my plan again. It's in July is the Masters Nationals, which is in Pittsburgh. That's my plan as of now. So right now, that's the ultimate plan. And then after that, I'll see how I do there, and then I'll evaluate from there. We just see what goes from there, because I'm going to get my pro card. So we'll see what happens.
This is one that you developed, Dave, and integrated into you guys' training. And it was something that looked interesting to me, and I've actually tried it once a few days ago, and it worked very well. So tell us a little about this exercise.
Well, it's something I was actually playing around with, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. This is after I hurt my back. I had a back injury, most bizarre thing ever. I never hurt my back, squatting, 800 pounds or so. I was reaching in my truck for my bag. I went down and I had major sciatic nerve problems for quite a while, and keep re-injuring it and whatnot. So anyway, this exercise I kind of developed because it's kind of like a rowing movement as well as a lower back movement as well, and lower rectors as well as almost like a rhomboid and trap movement too, and lat. It's kind of pretty much a jack of all trade type movement. But the whole philosophy is to really get a good stretch with the lats, and then get the elbows back in high as possible, because you get the most contraction. And using the rope, you get the full range of motion too, rather than using like a bar or anything that kind of stops your range of motion. And then, try to get about 12 to 15 reps, give or take a rep or two, of slow, controlled, contracted movements. And then we drop the weight as far as the cable stack, and then we just go into a hyperextension movement to basically cash off the lower back. Again, it's not a fast, belligerent movement. It's more of a mind muscle. By this time right now, we're pretty much tired. So it's more of a feel movement, and contracting movement. So again, but 4 sets tops. It's about all we got in us left, after doing all the rows and all that stuff. So, and I think it really helps put detail in your back, as far as when you're getting ready for the show, you're doing your back shots, so you get a little bit harder, a little bit more vascular and separation back there. So it's something I tried a while back ago, and I felt it, and it wasn't a belligerent movement, so it kind of it takes a little toll off your body too at the same time, as well as being effective, as far as like
Mike's over here laughing.
He's laughing,
but man, because I'm always nauseous and sick by the time we get there. It never fails. By the time we get to this exercise, I'm nauseous. Thank God I have nothing in my stomach because I can't throw up, but I am got a massive headache and I'm nauseous. I've never ever experienced on one of our back workouts when we get there. But that's
and you're drenched by then too.
Yeah, and that probably now it's the only way I know when I've had a good workout, if I get physically sick and I get a migraine. So I guess that's probably a little narcissistic, I think, but